So, I did talk to Patrick today to do Genesis. Nightbird Falls at the Curtain's Call. What? Talk to the scholars by the road in order to look for the information of your sibling. You and Paimon decide to visit Nahida in the sanctuary of Sursana. Along the way, you hear people discussing something. Because for some odd reason, the people talk about the other things, and the thing you're looking at is the big thing. You actually might need the thing.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your
also, I need to...
Oh, crap. First draft.
My guess is everybody's going to hear the crappy microphone.
A few moments later.
Now, can I hear what you're saying?
If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
If only we talked to the person we're looking for.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Yes. It's like, we're looking for an important person. I'm the important person. And he's like, I have to think about it.
Hey, what's in that face? Don't believe us?
He's like, I feel like it's just a bunch of things. I'm looking for a thing. Here's a thing. Wait. And it's always something else. If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma.
From who? Why? Why do you care? And why are you interested?
This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Why are you interested in me? You have a British accent.
So what? For the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking.
For the love of God? Were you about to talk about another god? And even if you don't get out much, that's fine.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
What the hell is Tatarasuna? It sounds like Tartarus, but...
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it, and...
I see.
You thought we knew, but You thought we knew, but we thought you knew, so nobody knows a thing.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
Who'd have thought of
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
If you don't mind, here's my syllabus for the course. You can see how much work I have to go through.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Don't you think that the outline for your essay is too much even for someone?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Fit of rage?
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono.
What?
This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Given the fact that I've, I think I have some idea. We're talking about Arataki Ito, aren't we? Because he's the only one that I know who is very kabuki-like in his Oni appearance.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
My guess is you want me to help you find out what's going on? Considering the fact that I've been to Inazuma, did something about the shogunate, stopped the frickin' Vision Hunt decree, and the Sakoku decree, and somehow fixed the country. The country! Stop having it not be opened!
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
It's a murder. Of course it's gonna be fishy. It'd be really fishy if you heard a murder and didn't say, nothing fishy here.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Did you? Because we still don't know a thing.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
Why? We can hear you.
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatara Suna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Could it be... Wait, what? So now if he went missing too... Could it be his sibling?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
The fact that you're still surprised about it?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
No. But I'm very curious. Go on.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art.
Who the hell did that? God, was it Toma who did the Ishin art? Was he with the blacksmith?
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
Are we referencing all the other story quests that we did with Toma, Aratake Ito, Raiden Shogun, and then somehow having them all connect here? Because that's kind of what the Sawada is literally saying.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Ah, dang it.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
Exactly.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki-mono was not a human, but a puppet.
So it's not Aratake Ito?
A puppet?
If you look up puppet that the Electro Archon made, the ruling is zoom with her as we speak, it could be her. What? The Kabuki-mono has to be the Balladeer, but what was he doing 400 years ago in Tarsuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Only after having to deal with the Balladeer and coming to that point. And I hope she keeps her mouth shut. Now even the Traveler's telling Paimon to shut up.
No! Paimon just meant,
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
So you want to make a horror story. Okay, fine, good. We're already in the near end month of October, so spooky time. Oh, God. Reading time! Oh, crap.
One eternity later.
Okay.
And please read my essay draft as well.
No! Oh my God!
Eventually.
Are you gonna give me a third one?
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it.
Agreed. I'd rather stick to the facts.
Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole—
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
I want to laugh, but I'm like, no. It sounds more like a novel.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get.
Agreed. That is some dedicated reading right there. Yeah, well, at least I read all, if not most of it.
Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
How are you gonna find the truth if everything is riddled in politics?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
I'll leave you to it.
I have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know.
No! No. I graduated school. I kind of want to not have to deal with essays for a very long time because essays
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the Balladeer, doesn't it?
I don't know if it is. The Traveler's saying yes, but...
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Well, even if we did, there's no way we could because, again, they can only work with facts over, like, making stuff up. So, like, what sources are they going to cite aside from the word of the Traveler?
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Or that!
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
What? Who? What? What's wrong?
Did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
He? Wait, what?
the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up.
Wait, that actually
Quick,
is?
let's catch up and see.
Wait, that's a Balladeer. I couldn't quite get a better look. Okay. Now you know what the interlude is about. The aftermath of the Balladeer.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Yes, here we are!
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the Balladeer. Did he escape or...
Sure enough, you're here.
Yes, we are. And you are as well. And I really wonder why you're here as well.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surstan? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
Yeah, well, he had to roll the dice on this one.
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Why, is that what you want?
But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Because getting rid of a problem is itself its own problem, and sometimes you don't learn anything when you kill people. Sometimes you gotta keep the people you don't like so you can learn more from them and adapt and learn to connect and understand each other's boundaries. So, killing is a little too easy.
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
You really wanted to die, did you?
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
That's not escalating quickly. I'm sure she has her reasons.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Yeah, but what are your reasons for it?
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Oh god, are we actually gonna see the doctor somewhere in the Natlan update? Or maybe even the Shniznaya update?
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
Okay.
The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position.
Yeah, because he lost his big god toy and he can't fight us anymore.
Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
So you want to use him as a bargaining chip?
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
Like, I don't know what his reasons are for not becoming a harbinger. Maybe they just disowned him because they think that anyone who's captured is going to talk. But at the same time, like, maybe they have their own special rules for who is a harbinger and who's not.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
So they literally did just get rid of him.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And also between each of the Harbingers.
Someone just using the other person.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Who is when you're broken down?
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
You're gonna work against them and help us out?
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, what?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time.
For what?
Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
Alright, then I'll do what we agreed.
So he's the puppet in the story?
Good. Go now. We'll keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes, she is! Why would you think she isn't?
Yes.
I literally just said yes.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Because the developer said so!
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
But you're trying to look for a needle in a haystack?
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point.
Because the idea of Descenders, if I can remember... Hey, that rhymes. Basically, people who are considered to come from another world, but literally be part of this world through some process. I'm not entirely sure what, but yeah.
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me.
Yeah, well, I read that whole entire essay abstract and the other abstracts from that story, so deal with it.
So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
What if he lies to you? What if he turns?
Exactly! Or what if... I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all.
To be reunited with the sibling.
Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
That's quite a metaphor to describe her brother.
As Sumeru's deity, It is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Why, you want me to not be hateful towards him all the time if not everybody can be thrown away like trash?
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
I see that as like an overcompensation method. Like, are you willing to work with evil to find the answers you need? Huh.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems like we have a telepathic connection.
Okay.
In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
I really wonder if this is how Zhongli would have handled Child if it was a similar situation.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease.
It would put your mind at ease by putting my life on the line.
Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
I'll be glad to work with the person who tried to kill me and I had to overthrow, but said person who tried to kill me got demoted so far that he doesn't have the pride to literally try to kill me again.
Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Okay. How? Through dreams?
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time.
Because it's
The
less...
colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
No, I'm like, am I having another drug trip for this? So, are you really thinking you'd panic because of you? I panicked because of you?
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
What? Wait, what? Was that smug? It's like, you were gonna kill me, weren't you? Just finished the job already.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Yeah, well, I think you should, I don't know how else to say it, like, not get lippy with me.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous.
Okay.
I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely any grievances between you on both sides. But it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Okay.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
Straight to the point.
Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
I don't think there is any form of mental preparement that could help us in a drug trip.
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's
Focus on doing the job.
unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul
Okay.
access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Wow, spirit internet.
Is
Spirit.
this a small sapling?
Oh,
Look! Darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
And there he goes. Oh well.